We're live in travel. See you guys there. Major importance of all settings and set position locations, anything that you do in any calculation system, is all levels of view through travel. We have to really identify where we are and where we're going. It's very important to understand these things, right? Because it basically knowing exactly how to direct and redirect your system, location of your system, all through calculations. This helps you and guides you to really understand, yourself. Like the mind basically has already been there, and when I say it's already been there, it's going in redirect and direct at the same time in sequence. If I look at this light channel, this light here, right? I'm traveling through it, right? Am I traveling through it before or am I traveling through it after? Neither. I'm traveling through where it is in my intent. So it can be in the past, it can be in the present or the future. I determine what I'm doing with this light. Okay? Not the other way around. See, the other way around is you're not processing this as consciousness. You're not processing this as light. You're just processing it as just a light to turn on. See? You've got to go beyond and see it through its intelligence. That's the only way you're going to be able to see. See how I'm moving it? See? It's like it's plasma. See? Look at my finger. It's like right? It's like jello. It's plasma, right? I go right through it through a film strip, right? Lacing lines. Or centers of travel, the 2-point communications, right? It's plasma, guys. And the more we identify the light, the more we see it. Like, it's a network system. It's its own setting, So it's very powerful. How to direct and redirect that in one symbolism, one traction, one location, one calculation setting, right? Anything you get in positions of light, you have to understand you are dimensional beings of light. That's why you guys have never been separated, because you're always together, okay? You're inseparable. And the more you understand that, then you understand yourself through polarity. And when you understand yourself through polarity, you understand yourself position of 3 over lines, underscore 4 over pi. That puts all communication setting to your system through question and equalines anything in location your formulas through your equations to come into your own coding, decoding, e-coding, e-factors, quasars, line directions, modification cycles, high course interference, and all communication location algorithms. Knowing exactly how to come into your own program systems of yourself. See, it's actually communicating, right? But it's amazing, right? Okay, it's just plasma. That's all it is, right? Phone recognition, settings, and position location through its system, right? All through traction, see? All through traction, see? Right? Now, if I bring it in, okay, I'll just show you here. It's really fascinating stuff. When I bring it in, it changes its color. Okay, it's too quick, too fast. Okay. Balance and communication. See the light signals? See that? See that one there? See that one there? See that one there? Right? Ground centers, platforms of 24, 48, 72, right? So 72,000 line signals. 72,000 line signals of plasma energy line screens. Setting position location system here and track locations, right? Platform here, platform here, platform here. Okay? So I'm just showing you exactly what platforms are through its lights of its indication. Okay? So start recognizing that through your travels, guys, because it gets much easier once you understand how to use that through attractions. All right? All right, so the quiz is just based on what you already know, but it's more identified you know, how things are different for you in a way that you see yourself evolving, expanding, and exploring yourself. Really starting to get to yourself to know exactly where you are and where you've been and where you're going, right? That's what it's all about, right? Getting into that balance of all communication to its setting through travel. So the quiz is all based on how to put the pieces and puzzles together. Like, let's say we get position lines of travels, communicate center interference, direct signals, modifications, foraging, correlations of travel communications here. Center line, direct signals. Okay, 4 corners, right? Okay, 4 corners there. Oh, look at that. See that? See, it's moving, right? See? You see it moving? Isn't that wild? Guys, I'm just moving it like this. Isn't that amazing? See the energy line? Doesn't that just blow you away? Look, see? The faster it goes, right? It's going on and off, 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 faster, 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 right? So I'm showing the real power where it comes in position location, it moves on its own. I'm not touching it. The intelligence is showing you, right? If I have 3 lines of 4 setting location settings of 4 indication system, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Welcome to the real intelligence setting. Isn't that amazing? See? See? You just do the top, or you just do all 4 at the same time. So it's going to get much easier now, right? Because it's getting a lot more understandable in location to its system to recognize everything around you. It's its own mind system adaptation. Has its own computer operation setting, has its own operation system, and has its own binary of its own algorithm and track locations. If I added 0 lines of tractions in a platform and setting, it moves on its own. See? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wild? It moves on its own. Set, course, center, circulation, rotation. Okay? So this is what we're coming into now, right? Doesn't matter how you look at it, right? But it's moving on its own system location, the settings, direct and redirect. So when you turn on a light switch, you turn off a light switch, right? So we got an on switch into setting of 0, and we got an off switch location lines of 0, and set positions of 1 cycle, right? Changes all communication to system travel. Go with the Merkabah test or tetrahedron and set position, travel correlations, right? Now, let's platitude lines of 3 lines of communication. Let's change it this way in travel. Look at this. So it doesn't matter how you do it, it moves on its own. See, look at that. Isn't that wild? It's moving on its own. Showing you how fast what it can do in its own system. Then change it again. Okay. It's like looking at spectrum, at anything in transients. Platforms here and setting. Okay. Platforms here and setting. Aerotho indication system. Look at that. Isn't that wild? It's hard to explain these things, right? But that's where we are in frequencies. 0 ground lines in probing in line direct signals, orbs communication setting to an atom. Right. Coordinates, setting lines, high travels in set position location to a system. Right. All right. It's all coming from this. This is a direct coming from this, right? So this is here, right? So this is what it's doing in position. It's flashing line screen adaptation of center. That's what it's doing, see? So it's coming from this, right? 3-line angle. Okay. Open sequence, open communication, open grounds, open line screen adaptation to its processing, track location. Okay. So I'm just showing you how powerful everything is. All right. And it's just going to go higher. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher, right? It doesn't matter. This is never, ever a straight line. It's never a straight line. It's never a straight line. Imagine going faster and faster and faster and faster. Right? It's never a straight line. See? It disappears on its own. See? It's showing you its power. Okay? So we have to get out of see things in a straight line, because everything's imaginary line, but nothing's a straight line. It's moving too quick, too fast, right? Platforms here, platforms here, platforms here, platforms here. Okay? Primer circuits, 2 lines of track, 4 centers, and location system. Change communication, change communication. All right? So, get in that position lines of centers. Get in your configuration system all through zeros. Ground center lines of 1 cycle, 1 center, 1 surface, 1 traction, 1 division. All right? So, it's pretty incredible, you know, what you can do through all communication. Right? Panels, indirect signals. Right? Platforms, high levels of channel communication. Ground centers lines, signal lines, of course, interference of 4 lines of 6 over 8 over 12. Setting track locations, cross line symbols, line direct signals, and modification. Ground centers lines over cross location screen lines of 3 settings. Process communication ground centers, open signal, modify the magnetic high lines. The more you come into the inner line rotation, it gets much easier in travel. Right? See? It's pretty wild stuff, right? How it moves on its own, right? It's just showing you the power. The recognition of time sequence. Oh, we got something. Look at that. See? See that? Lights traveling through the center. Set position. Set position and set position. Mark, mark, and mark. Right? So, drawing the picture line, use everything in the set position of the atmosphere. Your environment now, guys. So what I want to see from your structure is line save location to its intelligence. Okay, and when you bring in light, okay, it's just incredible when you see it. And then add color. Okay, let's add pink. Pink in center of travel. Set position. See? Isn't that wild? Right. Set pink here. Set pink here. Override the line communication setting magnetic highway information system. Right. Okay. So you're starting to understand it now, right? See the color? See it changes white, goes to white, goes to white, goes to white. All right. So we all understand how to recognize the power, the direction, the redirection, the travels, the mechanisms, the high core centers, high calculation screen lines. Anything you bring in light, see? Platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, and it disappears, see? Watch it disappear, see? But it doesn't disappear, it's just a higher frequency. Just because you see something go doesn't mean it went. It's a higher frequency, so it's actually spinning around the cycle here. This is what its interactions right here at settings. It's still there, but it's a higher line, it's a screen adaptation. Right? Okay, so I'm just showing you the power. The coloration line has position lines, pixelation graphs, or anything at travel. I mean, this is basically understanding what you guys already know, your testimonies, and how you see yourself in line communication. All right? Right. Get into the angles, get into the point graphs, get into communication lines, get into electrical line grids, get in communication to a system. All right? So nothing is a straight line. It moves too fast. Okay? Look. I don't need that color. There's color already going through it. Right? It's what you do here. Changes the color. Right? Changes the color. Now you can add color, that's totally fine. Orange, 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 right? Okay. It disappeared, see? It's at the top, it disappeared, watch. It's gone, but it's still there. It's gone, but it's still there, right? So I'm just showing you the magic. It's not magic though. It's the mind, okay? It's the awareness, it's the atmospheres, it's the awakening of the travels of remembering your intelligence of XYZ. That's the matrix in all lines of setting, okay? The more you get a direct line in the line position location of your system through your binary, the more you become in your own coding system, the more you understand how to use it in all lines of provision. Anything through color, see? Look. Amazing, you see it in all ways and forms, right? That way, this way. Oh, we got light coming here. Cross locations. You know, have fun with it, right? Zip, zap, zoom. Right? So, it's about having fun with the inner core, the inner child. The more you get into schematics, the more it gets easier lines of the mind line, because the team is changing track centers now. That position locations on Friday, and that communication puts you guys out of 144 and platitude division to 244, right? Then you go to 344, then you go to 444, and up and up and up and up and up, right? So every time you go up, you go to higher levels of the mind of schematics, and the schematic goes to higher level setting, doing exactly what you're doing in provision, seeing it through structure, seeing it through design, seeing it through schematics, or seeing it through its primer, right? If we get a business line of track center locations and settings, position of 2 and position of 2 into 1, set lines of 1 over 1, 1, set lines of 0, set lines of 2. Remember, you're coming into a configuration of face recognition, right? Let's start with that setting. Okay, but you see the 1s moving, right? The 1s are moving, but the 2s aren't. Just the 1s, because I got it here through intent. So this is on standby. These aren't moving, just a 3. That's how you know what you're doing in your minds, right? Okay, it's flashing, but you only see the 3 1s moving, right? Until you say otherwise. Then everything starts moving. Okay? So, getting into that communication, it gets a lot more easier to understand how to use it. Information lines. Arrow indicates lines of 1 signal, crossover correlations, down cross line communication sitting, cross reference line, cross over line communication, cross inline positions, crossing line setting high operation to its surface interaction. Okay? So it's incredible. Once you understand where you're going, where you've been, okay? Where you're going, where you've been, where you are now. Okay? Where are you going, where you've been, where you are now, right? 3 triangulation lines in the direct signal modification. Right? Now if you add color, it changes traction centers. That's 2 overline to screen adaptation of coloration lines of patterns. Okay? Change the indication lines of the arrow. Right? So there's an arrow indication, setting cross-line signals over cross-line communication and setting through clocking. Okay, it's very complicated stuff, but it's a lot of fun, right? So that indicates this in position of change, direction, right? So the actual light here is basically telling me to go cross over lines of 2 and track position. Now it's in signal, set position, right? That's the coordinates in position, right, where it is in travel. But see, this could be a planet. This could be the moon. This could be the sun. It's all my intent, what I do here. So as soon as you change this changes. Everything around you, the atmosphere, the environment, everything changes your system and travel. Okay? So that's what I want you guys to get into, is to get into your own modifications and configuration of face recognition system, all levels of pattern recognition, and add it through a voice recognition too, created through letters, numbers, shades, and symbols. So you're creating your own structure, you're creating your own schematics, you're creating your own primer, you're creating your own primate. Okay? The planetary visual location to its setting to remember all levels of its intelligence, of its metric meters, of its mind through its existing. Coming into all levels of modification lines and direct signals, okay, into the atmospheres of travels. Okay, the energy line, core centers line, systematic line, screen adaptation system through X, Y, Z in set position. Okay? You have to get used to this now because this is exactly what it's going to be. The more and more you go higher in the mind, the more you higher lines of structures, schematics. So it's amazing how you can have one provision line, set position of center through intent, and have the other ones on standby. Which means this one's just moving, but the other ones are on standby. You're in control, but you also know that everything around you is also in its own control system. Okay? The power that you understand your setting, that's great. You're mastering you, you're getting into your positions, you're coming into your moving files, you're coming into your processing files, you're coming into all this defrag and frag, you're coming into your binaries, your algorithms, you're coming in your traffic, you're coming in your inventories, you're coming into your own flow recognitions, how to use the balance, the operation of directions of you, the body of you, to really understand how to use it in all ways in that formation. This is going to help you guide your settings and travels. Sets communication, one signal, one travel. It disappeared, see? It's there, right? But see the light signal? Remember, everything is light, right? You see it and then it's gone. You see it and then it's gone, right? But it's still there. But it's at a high frequency. Setting core centers, lines of alpha, one beta. Alpha, beta at the bottom, but it's still gone, right? Alpha line, delta, setting lines of box, frame, and travel. Okay? You didn't see it, right? But now you see it. I'm showing you. So when you reach those levels, your mind is actually this in travel. Can't see it, but it's there. You know what's an interesting look lines of core centers in travel communication system? You can see it here, right? But when I do this, you can't see it, but I'm looking at a mirror, I can see it. So it's amazing, the mirror here itself is showing me exactly what I can see, but you can't see it. All right, so this is at a 14 set position locations and setting, right? 14 high position and travel, all through acceleration, right? So panel division lines, screen lines adaptation system. You can't see it, right? But I see it through its mirror. Okay, so basically what does that put you into positions of? Right, a 4-way mirror, a 6-way mirror, a 7, 8, 12, 24. It doesn't matter. What matters, what are you doing here? Okay, you can't see here, but you see it here. But I still see it in the mirror, right? So everybody knows what a 2-way mirror is, right? You're here, and it's that position you can see, but they can't see you. That's what it is. You can't see it until I show you, right? Can't see it, but I can see it through the mirror. So it's pretty interesting how you look at that setting. Let's get position lines of setting. I'll show you the mirror. Okay, that's the mirror, right? That's the mirror, right? So the mirror is actually showing the image, right? It's showing the image, what I did. So I'm just showing you exactly how powerful it is to recognize these things. For me to show you, I have to show you in a different angle, right? Or you can't see it, but in the mirror I can. So it's amazing. Basically, the more you have fun with it, the more it gets easier to understand light through travel, right? Everything has a connection source, okay? It's modified in line position locations, right? So this is controlling everything of its class, just through this, through its intelligence of light. This light is showing you how powerful, what it can do through frame, or anything through mirror of flame, okay? So I've just shown you how powerful it is to recognize these things. If I change track division, let's change the coloration line screen to red. Okay? All right. So you can see the red, right? You can see the red. See, it's overriding now because now you can see the image because the red's in. So there's security defense line, right? So that puts everything in position location of its system. But see how you could, there, wait, okay? So it comes in, right, to red. If I override system location again, Okay, you still see it, right? So as soon as you add red in, you're adding security line. So it's amazing how you see that, but you only see a little bit of this, right? If you change structure line division in location in structure settings and travel, it changes its anomaly. Okay, but I see the full picture in its mirror, right? If I go lines of circulation, 1 rotation, surface interactions, and direct signals in formula, 3 communications, and direct signal, right? Okay, so this is coming in, right? This is blank. But again, through the mirror, I see everything, right? So it's important you understand how to overlap. Okay, overlap signals. Coming in lacing lines of communication to T receptor and direct signals and travel. See, fly comes by. Getting that communication grounds, T reception line signals. Let's get into line chorus centers in position 1, set position. See that? Isn't that amazing? So it's doing it here, right? On the phone line communication. But when I'm looking in the mirror, it's still. Isn't it awesome? Through the phone line, right? You can see it flashing. But I'm looking through the mirror, it's still. Right? So the actual mirror is showing you a different level of consciousness. It's that position, right? So it's pretty interesting when you get into that track relations to a system. Okay? So I'm just showing you exactly what intelligence is. Right? There's no two sides of anything. You're all connected to one. Once we identify that, then you understand how this all works in travel. This helps you and guides you your center position. All signals in modification grounds is that calculation. See? Wild, eh? And then we center course system of travel, directing in position location to its setting. And then we set up the signals in the coordinates and communication. Okay? Setting lines of course centers to travel endpoint lines of graphs. Okay? So it's amazing what you could do through light of travel in a mixture of time sequence. Okay? In set position. Right? All done through the intelligence of this light. The whole time. Through configuration. Alright? So basically that's what it is in travel and direct signals. This gets you modified in line screen adaptation, and this helps you to all of its formation grounds. This is going to get you higher communications to its settings, all right? So there won't be any Q&A in that line's attractions, but I hope everybody have a great day in that position to its settings, okay? I'll keep you guys posted. Adios.
You ready?
Yeah.
How you feeling?